Hey guys, Jake Sirota here. Welcome back to this week's episode of Ranking Secrets from Authority Builders. Today, we're going to be jumping into how to win traffic now that Google's AI overviews are taking up the first page of Google search results. Now, before we jump into things and before we go over the top tips to maintain visibility in search, well, make sure to like and subscribe so that you can keep up to date with everything new that we're creating here at Authority Builder. Let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about what AI overviews are and why they actually matter and how they change your strategy when it comes to SEO. So think of Google's AI overviews as the new page one. Here's the deal. AI overviews are generative AI snippets that Google shows at the top of some search results, usually informational search results or things that are really straightforward and don't change that often. So they provide quick answers directly in results, kind of similar to featured snippets that would just appear above all the other organic listings for a query. But this is different because it's AI generated and provides links and resources that users can click on if they want to look for more information. So again, if you've seen a featured snippet in the past that shows up above the traditional 10 blue links, think of it as kind of similar to that, just AI generated. So why does this matter? Well, just as we saw whenever Google launched featured snippets, AI answers are actually kind of taking clicks away from some websites. But there are still some things that you can do to entice users to click onto your website and to get AI search models to recommend your company above others. So for example, if AI is giving you a straight up answer and you don't have to click to a website, well, why would you click through that website? Why would you start engaging with that business? That's what we're going to be talking about today. How you can adapt your strategy to entice people to still click through to your website and engage with your business. A more specific example might be if someone is searching how to export GA4 data, and it might show an overview with a step-by-step model citing different sources. But if your page isn't referenced and is not encouraging people to click through, well, you could be missing out on valuable traffic. So let's jump into this next section. How do we actually optimize our website for AI overviews? Well, here's how you would approach this. The first step is pretty simple. Just answer the questions immediately within your content. Give the key value upfront so that it's easy for people and for search engines to find in your content. Second tip is to make sure to structure your pages with clear headings, bulleted lists, and concise replies, question answers, so that AI can effectively parse that data. Next, make sure to provide additional layers of value beyond the initial answer. So deeper insights, maybe first-party data like case studies, a tool download, maybe incentivizing someone to book a consultation with your team. These are things that are actually going to make you stand out as a real business. So going back to our example from earlier, if we're talking about the informational query of how to export GA4 data, maybe at the end of the article, you could tease how to actually use that data to increase organic traffic by 300%. That's going to make that piece of content even more valuable and more likely to get cited by AI overviews. Okay, so now we talked a little bit about some tips of how to get your content cited in AI overviews, but how do you actually capture clicks if you're already getting cited in AI overviews? That's a little bit different of a story and still ever changing depending on what LLM you're using. At the end of the day, showing up in the overview or in the AI answer is good, but getting a click to your website or getting the AI to actually recommend you as the preferred option, that's even better. And that's how you get the clicks that we're looking for. And honestly, a lot of these tips go back to marketing basics and SEO basics. So for instance, make sure you're writing a compelling meta title tag, and meta description to incentivize people to click through to your website. You can offer something. Make sure to offer a free audit or a free call or a video walkthrough or a download, something that entices people to actually engage with your website. Also, for the purposes of establishing credibility in AI search and with your readers, make sure your author credibility and the actual authoritativeness of whoever is creating your content is very visible on that page. You can use author boxes, you can have links to social medias, share links. These are all things that make it easier to share your content on the web and prove that you're the authority in your. So for example, if we published a page saying we analyzed 150 clients' backlink profiles and here's what we found, then that's going to incentivize people to click through and see what we found. Okay, so moving on. What does this actually mean if you're doing link building for your website, or if you have SEO clients that you're doing link building for? Well, at Authority Builders, we've been seeing this shift and we've been adapting in our strategies over the past couple of years, really. We've been constantly adding new products, like more calculated link outreach programs, like our digital PR service, for example. This is going to help our clients actually earn the links that AI overviews are looking for. We also have made sure to improve our offerings when it comes to refreshing content and creating new content for people who need it the most. Not every team has a content generation system or a content writer. So that's something that you can do to help your website or help your SEO clients. So not only are we going to help you create the content that's going to get cited in AI overviews, but we're going to help that content get found by building the established links that Google is looking for and other LLMs are looking for whenever they're recommending businesses like yours. Okay, next, let me walk you through an example just so that we can make sure we're tying everything together. So let's say that we're creating an article with the topic of best CRM integration tools for 2025. The step one, we're going to make sure we have a lead paragraph that gives the answer, hey, here are the top 3 tools based on XYZ criteria. That's going to make the easy answer findable both for search engines and for people as well. Step 2, you're going to make sure you want to chunk your reviews into different subheadings. So not only are you going to talk about the different features of these CRM tools, but you're also going to talk about things like why integration matters or why tool A is better than tool B. You're also going to talk about things maybe like how you evaluated them, what your criteria was, how long you spent testing these actual tools. These are the things that you actually need to structure into your content in order to be cited by these LLMs, especially as people are asking very, very long-tailed, very specific, unique queries in AI search. So if you structure your content like that in this example, well, you could get picked for an AI overview that's specifically answering why is tool A better for XYZ than tool B. If you're talking about that very concisely and clearly in your content, well, that's going to be easy for AI to find your content and cite you as that source. Also in this example, let's pretend that at the bottom we have a call to action incentivizing people to enter their email in order to get a downloadable version of this report. Well, what that's going to do is incentivize people to click through more to our content and engage with our brand. Not only that, but now we have an email of someone who might be a genuine lead for our business. All right, so that just about does it for this week's episode of Ranking Secrets from Authority Builders. There were some actionable tips in there, and let's just remember that AI overviews aren't your enemy. They're your new battleground. If anything, it's an opportunity to make sure that your content strategy is as good as it can be, and looking at opportunities to where how you can do things better than your competitors. And just remember, AI overviews are not your enemy. If anything, they're a new battleground, a new opportunity for you to make sure that your content creation strategies and your link building strategies are the best that they can be so that you can overtake your competitors moving into this new year. Now, if you do have a page on your website that you're not sure is being cited in AI the way that you wanted it to, well, book a call with one of our experts at Authority Builders. They'll happily take you through how your brand is showing up in AI overviews and how we can best help. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can keep track of everything we're doing here at Authority Builders when it comes to SEO and AI search. Until next week, have a good one. Cheers.